Okay, we will be working on the business warehouse data extract, transformation and load. Basically in this exercise you will learn how to extract data, how to transform the data and how to load the data. And the process by which it happens is this, that you have a flat file, you have an Excel file, okay, and from that file you have to create data source for each of the files. You will be given 3 files, okay, one with material group data, another will with material text and another with material attributes, okay. Now each of these 3 flat files, which are Excel files, you have to create a data source for them. Then you have to create the transformation and then you have to start the data transfer, create and start the data transfer process. Okay, so basically you are going to use the flat file to load master data, both attributes and text. Okay, and eventually you are loading basically the transactional data. Here, okay, so we start with locating the files. I have given you the files in your as attachment, okay, in this exercise, and I can show you the files here from my desktop. The files are, let me see where I can find my files. The files are here. Yeah, these are the files: material attributes V01 file, material text V01 file, and then material group V01 file. These are the 3 files. I have given to you these 3 files, and download them first and save it in my documents, or you can save it in your desktop. Okay, you need these 3 files. Okay, now then you have to log on to SAP. So first log on to SAP. Once you log on to SAP, use the command RSA1, which would take you to the data modeling workbench. Okay, you need to be there. Then you find out from here Lamar 2012. Okay, where is it? This is Lamar 2012. Okay, this is Lamar 2012. Within that, use your own info provider, which is your login ID, and mine are the one that I would be using for this exercise would be LU001. That is what I have been using for showing you how to work on this assignment. So I will go for LU001 and make sure that the root is MU80 001 and you have your own root. Okay, now from there, remember, first I have to create a data source. This is what is said. This is 1.1 is just for you to look at the files. Okay, just double click on the files and look how it looks. And then we start from 1.2, where I am creating a data source first. Okay, now in the modeling pane I have to click on the data source, so I will click on the data source here. Okay, now look, when I click on the data source, it's take me somewhere else. Lamar US10. No, I don't want that. I want Lamar 2012. So be careful. Just close this. Go to Lamar 2012. Where is my Lamar 2012? Look for it. Okay. This is Lamar 2012. So please make sure that you don't go somewhere else. So this is my Lamar 2012. So I click on that, and this is the place where I should be. Okay. Now after I do that, I have to go to file, PC file, to display the data sources for flat files. Okay, so I go to here, click on here, choose, I'm choosing the source system. So I click on here, I go to file, I go to PC file. Okay, and here it is where I am creating my basically I'm showing in the my flat files, I believe here. Okay, so you should be fine. Actually, I think I came here just like that. Okay, then what happens is I have to right click on my application component, which is LU for me 001, for you whatever your login ID is, and I have to now create my data source. So I just come here, I choose LU001, I right click and I create data source. Okay, now in the data source I have to name it. I have to name it like this. I have to first enter the root, which is MU80, and then I have to do MA, then my login ID, which is 01, you choose yours, and then underscore ATTR as the data source field name. So I have root is MU80, this is 01, okay, underscore ATTR. That is my name. You use MU80MA, then your login ID, if you are 008, you put in 08 underscore ATTR, okay. And then what do I put in here? I'm using the data attributes file, so I will go for select master data attributes as my data source. So I go for master data attributes, and then I click on this. I'm creating a data source, remember. Then in the general information section, I have to put in MU80, is the same for all of us, MA, this is the same, and then 00 you will change it. I will use 01, you will use whatever your ID is, and for short, medium and long descriptions, and basically that's what I have to do in the general information section. So I put in MU80 and 00 will become 01 for me, MU, this is 01 for me, and then this is same thing, MU80, then 80, MA01, then ATTR, okay, and application component and rest will remain the same. Then I have to go to extraction. In the extraction, direct access, make it allowed, okay. Direct access is changed to allowed, and in the file name I have to pull up the material attributes file, okay. Header row would be one to be ignored, and I have to use separated with separator and semicolon, okay, all of these. So main thing is loading the data. See, file name, I have to load the data here. The flat file I have to load here. So where do I get the flat file from? Remember I asked you to store it in my documents. For me it is stored in one of my files. So I go to get it from the files that I have stored it in. I have stored it under my folder SAP assignments, and this is my material attributes B01. That's the file I have to load. Material attributes B01. You may have saved it. Actually, I have asked you to save it in my documents or in on your desktop. So pick it up from where you have saved it. Show the path, okay. Header rows to be ignored to 1. Character set settings is okay, whatever it is. Data format, change it from fixed length to separated with separator, and then all you have to do is go to proposal. Okay, in the proposal what I have to do is I have to load the example data to see if it is working. I'm loading the example data. Okay, it's fine. Then what I have to do is I have to go to the field tab. If there is any question, I have to say yes, and then I have to change material group to character and 9. Okay, so I go to field tabs. I have to say yes to any question asked. I have to change material group data type to char. Where is char? Sorry, it's the first one and second one I'm not being able to find it. Char, and then this is 9. Okay, and that's all. And then I have to activate the data source now. So I will activate the data source. This is my activation. In the meantime, let me open a Word document, okay? And then I go back again and see what's happening. It's still working on the activation. It has been activated now. So I then see data source activated. So now I would go and I would read my preview data and see if the loading is complete. So I go here. Now I preview, okay, read preview data. See, it is complete. So I just take a screenshot, and this is my first screenshot. Okay. Now then, after I have done that, what I have to do is I have to now transform the data. Okay, so I would go back to my data source and I would create transformation. So let me see what is happening here. Okay, come to the tree display. Okay, actually it is already there, so I can see my you can just click on the display and see it shows the whole thing. So you can take the screenshot now, it will look better, and then you go back and then you can just display this, the data source. Now this is your data source now, right? So I come here, I create transformation. Okay, now in the transformation, after the data source, remember we have to create transformation. So I'm creating transformation. I will have info object, attributes, and I have to name it MUATMA 01 because 01 is my login, and let's see from there. So its object type is info object, and this is attributes, name is MUATMA 01. The rest is the same, and now I create the transformation. Okay, now what I have to do is I have to map it. In order to map it, I have to click each field on the left and connect it with the object on the right, and I have to do material to material, unit of measure to unit of measure, price to price, division to division, material group to material group. So let me do that. So I can just click here, material goes to its material for the bike company, unit of measure goes to the base unit of measure, price goes to transfer price bike company, material group goes to material group. Okay, it's done now. So I can just pull it up. This is what it looks like. If I remove the tree, I can get to see the whole thing. Okay, now what happens is I have to take a screenshot showing my mapping. Okay, so I take a screenshot of this and I paste it in my this is my second screenshot, and after that what I have to do is I have to activate my transformation. So I would do my activation. This is my activation, it's working. sorry, there was a phone call. So it got activated. So we were in activation of the mapping. Okay. So it has been activated. After that, what we have to do is we have to take a screenshot, and did we paste it? Yes, we have done that. So then I have to do the data transfer process from my data source. Okay. So I go to my data source and I have to have the tree, okay, tree display. So let me display that. Then you click on this and you will see all this. Then what I will do is I will go to my data source, which is MU80MA01. I right click and I create a data transfer process. Oh, maybe I have already done the data transfer. Sorry, I got interrupted by a phone call, so I lost track. Okay, let me see. I have done the data. Let me click OK and let me go again. Okay, let me click OK. Okay, I should be here. So I'm here, and then from here what I have to do is I have to make sure that the extraction mode is full, and then I have to check on do not extract from PSA. That's it, I believe. So let me go. My extraction mode is delta. I change it to full, and I just do not extract from PSA. The rest is fine. And then after that, what I have to do is I have to activate this process, and then I have to click on the execute tab and execute. So I will activate this process. It's working. Okay, let it work and let me see. What I have to do after that, I have to maintain master data. Okay. Okay, it has been activated, and then I have to execute it, and I have to execute it again. Okay. So it has been processed successfully. I just said yes, and you see all green things here. That means it's okay in the details tab. And after that, what I have to do is I have to maintain the master data. So I have to click on info objects under the modeling pane, and I have to navigate to my material characteristic, and on that I have to maintain the master data. So let me go to info objects here. To do that, I think I have to how do I go back to my, let me check enter and see what's happening. Nothing. So maybe just back. Yeah, just back. And then I go to my info objects. Okay, I go to my material characteristics. Okay, from the material characteristics what I have to choose is remember it's my material I'm working on, so I would click on material and then I would maintain master data. So I will click on material, which is there, which I created in a previous assignment, and then I would maintain master data. Okay, in the maintain master data, I do not have to do anything. I just have to click execute and I have to view the master data and attributes. Okay, so I will just click execute and you can see all the master data and the attributes. So this is my print screen and I come here and this is my third screenshot. Okay, so I have to have 3 more screenshots for the second flat file, and I have to do it again all over again for the third flat file on material text and material groups. Okay, so you will see now I have to now work on the material text file. The same things I have to do with a little bit of exceptions here and there. So in 1.3 I am asking you to do the same things, create the data source, transform the data, and then create the data transfer process and maintain the master data by using the material text file. Okay, there are some exceptions, the exceptions being that, like on the proposal tab you have to choose internal as the format. Okay, little bit here and there, some changes. So let me show you the second one. So I go back here and then I start here, go back. I have to go to data sources, right? I'm creating another data source, so I go to LU001, that's my info provider. I right click, I create data source. This time it is MU80, but I'm just doing the text one. Okay, so I'm doing MU80 MA01 TXT PC file. Type of data source is master data text. Okay, and I said okay. In the short description, I will type in MU80 MA01 text. Okay, same thing, MU80 MA01 text. You have to type it in. I practiced it before with 00, so it's showing the other one, but to you it would not show anything. You have to type in the whole thing, MU80 MA01 underscore TXT. And then I go to extraction. Here direct access I have to allow. Okay, then I have to go to the file name, and the file name is master text. Okay, so material text. So material text B01, header rows to be ignored is 1, character settings is the same. This is your separated with separator, and then I go to proposal. In the proposal field I load example data. Now you remember I have to change something to which one? Short description to internal, I believe. Let's see, I have to change, my exceptions are, I have to change choose internal as the format for the short description field. So I will choose internal as the format for the short description field. I've done that. Then there is another exception, select text as the subtype of object when you create the transformation. Okay. So I'm here, I chose that. In the fields I just say yes. Okay, short description is internal now, and then I have to activate, I believe, after field. Okay, so I activate. Data source is activated, so I go to preview, I read the preview data. Okay, so I've done that. Then I have to take a screenshot, and I take a better screenshot if I just remove everything else. This is my first screenshot for the second flat file. Okay, so this is my first screenshot for the second flat file, and then what I have to do is I go back here, and then I have to remember what happens next. After I create the data source, I have to do the transformation. So I right click on txt file, I create transformation, object type. It tells me that there is a change here, right? In the object type, what do I put in? In the object type for material text, I put in text as the subtype of object. Okay, so info object, but I put in text, of course, because it is my text. So I info object, and then it is text, and then name is MU80 MA MU80 MA01, right? So name is MU80 MA01, and then data source is txt, and let's see what happens. Then data source is txt and everything is fine, and then I just create transformation. Then I have to map. Okay, so material goes to material, language goes to language, and short description goes to short description. After that, I have to once I create the mapping, let me see my mapping in the previous document. Okay, I then take a screenshot, and then I activate the transformation. Okay, so I go back, I take a screenshot, I remove this, I take a screenshot. That is my fifth screenshot. I need 9, right? So this is my fifth one, and then I activate. Before that, I'll get the tree, I will activate it. So after I transform, what I have to do is I have to create the data transfer process. Okay, transformation activated successfully, and then I can click on this, and I can see this, and then I right click here, and I create data transfer process. And here I think everything is fine. I just have to click on continue. In the extraction, I have to change it to full, and let me see if there is any exception. It's 1.3, right? So it says that you have to repeat the steps. Map transformation, okay, the exception is 1, exception I've taken care of, exception 2 I've taken care of. There is no other exception, so there are 2 exceptions which I've taken care of. So this is going to be this, and then I just have to execute Before that, I think I have to activate one more time. Yeah, I have to activate one more time. So I just activate this. I have to execute then. Yes. Okay, then I after executing I have to use the back button. Okay, so I will go to use the back button. Okay, now I go to info objects, and from the info objects I have to okay, so I go here, I go to material by company, within characteristics and info objects, I right click, I maintain master data, I just execute, and this is what I get. So this is my 6th print screen, and I come here and I do my 6th print screen. So short description is here in the second one. In the first one I do not have the short description. Okay, so this is my 6th print screen. Now I have to do the same thing again with my material group flat file. Okay, so I come back to data source again, then I click on LU001, I right click, I create the 3rd data source now, which is my MU80, okay, MG01 txt, and data type source would be let's see the data type in 1.4. It would be basically text, I would say text of material group. So text, and so I come here, master data text, and I transfer this. Okay, in the short description I will have MU80 MG material group 01 txt, same thing MU80 MG01 txt, MU80 80 MG01 txt. Remember, you don't use 01, you use your own thing. Then I go to extraction. In the extraction, direct access is allowed, and then I have to choose the file, which is my material group V01 file. I have to use one here. To fix length, I have to use separator. Okay, so I'm fine with extraction. I mapped my files to material group, and I changed whatever needed to be changed. Then I come to proposal. I load the example data. Okay, now let me see if there is any exception here. So in 1.4, the proposal tab exception is that material group is char with 9 and the short description is internal. So material group is char with 9 and description is internal. Okay, so after that, is there any other exception? I have to go to fields now. No other exception I see. No, I have to go to fields now. Okay, this is fine. If after that I have to activate the data source. Okay, so it has been activated. Now I go to preview. In the preview, I read the preview data. So this is my material group description. Like material group 0202 means bike and 2021 means city bike and so on. So I need to take a screenshot of this. I take a screenshot and that is going to be my 7th screenshot. Okay. After that, I go back to this tree display, and then what I have to do is I have to do the transformation. So I right click on the data source, I right click there, I create transformation, object type, info object. Here I will have text. The rest is okay. Name is MU80NG01, and I just click on this, and then I have to do the transformation. So material group to material group, description to description. Only thing is that I do not have anything for language, and so I have to create a rule for that. What I have to do is I have to define the transformation rule using a constant value. So I have to double click on the rule symbol. So I will double click on the rule symbol. Okay. Description, okay, set the rule type to constant, select en as the constant value, click transfer values. So this is what I have to do, constant and constant value. So constant, and I have to choose constant value as en. Okay, and then I just have to transfer values, and then I transfer values. So after defining the rules, I have to take a screenshot and have to post it in my Word document. Okay, so I will just take a screenshot of this, and I have to post it in my paste it in my Word document. So this is my mapping 8. After that, I have to do the data transfer process. Okay, so I go to right click here, I create the data transfer process. But after mapping, I do have to activate, right? So I'm activate it. Yeah, after that I have to create. So I've activated it successfully, and then I have to do the data transfer process. So I'll just do the data transfer process now, and everything is fine. I just click on this. Okay, then I have to go to extraction. Extraction mode is full. I do have to do PSA. Just let me check for one time if there is any exception. In 1.4, I'm in 1.4, so I'm checking. Exception 1 has been taken care of, exception 2 has been taken care of, and there is no other exception. So I just go to this, then I go to execute. Okay, I do the activation. Execute again. Yes, I get this page. I go back, and remember I have to maintain master data now. So I right click, I no, sorry, before that I go to info objects, then in material group I right click and I maintain master data. And I just execute it again and I get my required screenshot. So this is my last screenshot and I'm done with the assignment.